everybody. My name is Kavett and I love making DIY projects. I'm so excited to be here on the Simplicity channel today because one thing I've kind of always wanted to do is make my own clothing. Thank you so much to my friends at Simplicity for sending me these great supplies and the It's So Easy apron pattern, which comes out so cute. So today I'm going to show you how to make an apron using the It's So Easy Simplicity pattern number 1147. The great thing about Simplicity patterns is that they provide everything that you need. The pattern pieces that all fit together, a list of the supplies and fabric that you'll need, and easy step-by-step instructions. So unlike this girl on the front of the pattern who kind of went with a springtime theme, I decided to make mine red and white, which is perfect for the holidays. This is great for beginners because we're learning a lot of different skills, and of course the apron is the classic beginner sewer project. So let's get started. So the first thing to do with any project is to just take a look at the pattern. I'm going to be making version A, which has the bib attached because it'll give me more space to be creative when I decorate it later on. I'm also going to be using the Simplicity Professional Computerized Sewing Machine by Brother. It sounds fancy, but it's actually really easy to use. I love that there's a little light so you can see exactly what you're sewing, and threading it is so easy because you have all these little numbers showing you exactly where to go. And it has over 100 different types of stitches that you can activate with the press of a button. We're only going to use a basic straight stitch for this project, but I know I'm gonna have so much fun experimenting with all of those other stitches in the future. So according to the size chart on the back of the package, I am a size medium. So I'll need 2 3/8 yards of 45-inch red cotton fabric, 7/8 of a yard of 45-inch white cotton fabric, red and white thread, 4 packages of 1/2-inch double fold bias tape, scissors, and straight pins. And we're also going to be using an iron to press the fabric along the way. So the first thing to do is open up the pattern and cut out all of the pieces. This is as easy as just cutting along the lines, making sure that you're cutting out the size that you want. Once all of your pattern pieces are cut out, lay out your fabric so it's folded in half. Arrange your pattern pieces according to the diagram in the instructions and pin them in place. And if your table isn't big enough, you might want to do this on the floor like I did. Once they're all pinned down, just go ahead and cut them out, making sure that you're being very precise, because taking your time now will make your apron come together so much more easily later on. Make sure that you take note of whether you need to cut the piece out on a fold, and if you need to cut 1 or 2 of each shape. And also make sure to cut out little notches wherever you see a triangle, because that's what's going to help us line up the pieces later on. And then for this pattern, the tie ends on the back can be made from a contrasting color, so that is what our white fabric is going to be used for. Just pin pattern piece number 7 in place and cut it out the exact same way. So now that you have all of your pieces cut out, we're going to add the white border to the skirt and the bib using our double fold bias tape. Take it out of the package and you can iron out the folds if you want to. Then just sandwich the edge of the fabric into the fold of the bias tape and pin it in place. You'll want to do this all the way around the edge of each of the 3 skirt pieces, which are pieces 3, 4, and 5, as well as the top and the sides of the bib, which is piece number 1. Once they're all pinned, we can lay them out and you can start to see the shape of the apron. Now it's finally time to get out the sewing machine. As I said, we're just going to use a simple straight stitch to attach the bias tape. You'll want to sew pretty close to the edge of the tape, making sure that you're getting both sides of the tape in your stitch. And make sure to pause to remove the needles as you go. Do this for all 3 pieces of the skirt as well as the bib, taking your time so that they're all nice and even. Now that you've attached all of the bias tape, it's time to sew the skirt together. Stack the layers on top of each other, lining up those notches that you cut from the pattern. Pin them together and switch out the thread in your sewing machine, so now you're using red thread. And now just sew all 3 layers of the skirt together together. Now it's time to attach the bib to the waistband, which is piece number 2. With the right sides facing together, pin them together, again matching up the notches that you cut earlier. And now you can baste those 2 layers together, and then use an iron to press a 5/8 of an inch seam on the bottom of the waistband and trim it down to 1/4 of an inch. Now back to the skirt, cut some notches in the fabric above your stitching so that the skirt can lay flat in order to attach the waistband. To do that, you're going to pin the wrong side of the skirt to the right side of the waistband so that if you're looking at it from the back of the skirt, the bib can kind of flip up like this. And now sew along that line to attach the skirt to the waistband. And once they're sewn together, you can trim off a bit of that extra fabric inside. Moving on to our tie backs, these are the pieces we cut out of the white fabric. You're going to use your iron to press each edge about 1/4 of an inch and then fold it over again and press that. And then you can sew along those lines that you've created. This ensures that even on the back of the fabric, we won't have any raw edges. You'll want to do this for both of the white pieces, but make sure to only do the long edges and the slanted edge. The last short edge, we're actually just going to sew straight across and then pull on the thread to gather the fabric in a bunch. So now pin each of the tie ends to the back side of the waistband and baste across the ends just to keep it in place. Now fold the waistband in half over the white fabric and sew a line right here. Now you can pull the white fabric to the outside so you can see how all the stitches are hidden and how clean it looks attached to the waistband. So just finish folding the waistband over, making sure to fold the raw edge of the fabric inside and pin it in place. Sew that down too, and we're so close to being done. All we have left to do is attach the straps. So the straps are piece number 6, and you'll remember that we cut out 2 of them. Fold them in half lengthwise and pin the long edges together. Now just sew straight down that line, and remember to sew with a 5/8 of an inch seam, which I forgot to do at first, but luckily it's an easy mistake to fix by just sewing another line right next to the wrong one. Do this for both pieces, and now you'll want to turn them inside out, and you can do this by attaching a large safety pin to one end and then just working it through the fabric until you get it fully turned inside out so the seam is hidden inside. Of course, now we've made them all wrinkly, so grab your iron again and press them flat. Now just pin the 2 straps to the back side of the bib, and at this point you can try it on and have a friend cross the straps in the back and pin them to the waistband so that the apron fits you perfectly. Now you can just go ahead and sew straight across where the straps are pinned, both on the bib and on the waistband, and we're finished. We ended up with this adorable holiday apron, which is perfect for baking some Christmas cookies. So I hope you've enjoyed learning how to put together this apron using the It's So Easy Simplicity pattern number 1147. If you want to make it yourself, the link to where you can get this pattern will be down in the description below. And remember, yours doesn't have to be holiday themed. You can pick any color of fabric that you like. Let me know in a comment what color fabric you think you would make yours in. But if you do want to learn how to dress up this apron even more for the holidays, or learn how to dress up any apron that you already own, you can check out the video that's up on my channel about how to turn it into an adorable Mrs. Claus apron. That link will be down in the description, but if you're coming here from that video, make sure that you stick around and check out more of the videos here on the Simplicity channel. They have tons of tutorials for everyone from beginners to experienced dressmakers. Once again, I want to give a huge thank you to my friends at Simplicity for sponsoring this video, and I hope you all have a wonderful holiday season. Bye everybody!